Dozens of people grabbed paintbrushes to support the Black Lives Matter movement in San Francisco's Chinatown.
Juneteenth was commemorated with art, expression, and solidarity. The event was organized by the city's Chinese Cultural Center. They commissioned 2 artists to create bilingual murals in the square and provided supplies for others to join in.
If you run out of paint, you can come back. Yeah, no worries.
Okay, let's find our spot over here, guys. Here.
Right now, we're in a very historic moment. Juneteenth in 2020, it's more significant this year because I think there's like a momentum, right? Like people are asking for like defunding of the police, people are asking for abolishment, and people are learning more about racism. Like we can't just like turn a blind eye to it anymore. And really what we're trying to do today is like to have a dialogue with the community and like to listen.
Especially for artists to engage in this kind of activation within an Asian American community and an immigrant community, because so many times our communities are cut out from those dialogues.
We're really advocating for Asian Black solidarity. Our struggles are rooted in racism and discrimination, and it's really important for the Asian community to show solidarity in this time.
Hi, I'm Senator Scott Wiener, and I want to congratulate the Chinese Culture Center for 55 years of service to our community, and to thank you for your work for the community. I wish we could all be together this year for Harmony and Bliss. It's an event I enjoy attending every year, but of course we are living in extraordinarily difficult times. And I know we will get through this pandemic working together, and we'll be able to get back to celebrating together in person, hopefully next year. I also just want to thank the women who are being honored tonight, and to thank the Center for lifting up and acknowledging the amazing women who play such a critical role leading our community. So have a wonderful evening, everyone, and let's work hard and get through this together.
Good evening. I'm California Assemblymember Phil Ting. I just wanted to start by congratulating our Chinese Culture Center on an amazing 55 years in our community. Thank you so much for the work you do preserving our Chinese American culture, but also in fighting to ensure that Chinatown remains a beacon for our community, not just in San Francisco, but really all over California. I also want to congratulate our 4 amazing women honorees, starting with Cynthia Choi, the co-executive director for Chinese for Affirmative Action. Thank you for all the amazing work you've been doing in COVID. Also, Gloria Tan, the executive director of the Gum Moon Women's Residence. Thank you for all the amazing work you do to keep our community safe. And Sarah Wham, the executive director of CYC. Thank you for working with all our young people and making sure that they can see their future and excel in everything they do today. And last but not least, let me also congratulate Dion Lim of ABC News, who has done an amazing job, especially during this time of COVID, in reporting on our community. Again, let me just thank you all for staying home and staying safe. I know that it's very tough right now. I look forward to the day that we can all be together in a banquet room celebrating the Chinese Culture Center. But until then, let me just thank you for continuing to support this very important organization.
Good evening. I am Assemblymember David Chu, chair of the California API Legislative Caucus. The theme of tonight's gala is a celebration of women, as we honor a number of amazing women leaders. As someone who has witnessed their leadership up close, I can tell you that these women have been absolutely critical to our communities, and we could not be more proud of them tonight. Congratulations to CCC and all of the honorees. I'm pleased now to introduce our MC, who's also one of tonight's honorees, Dion Lim. Take it away, Dion.
Thank you so much, Assemblymember Chu, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Chinese Culture Center's 55th Anniversary Gala. Thank you, Senator Wiener, Assemblymember Ting, and Assemblymember Chu for kicking the program off. As many of you know, my name is Dion Lim. I'm an anchor and reporter at ABC 7 News, and I am thrilled to be your MC tonight. Now, that video, especially for me, was so touching because it's inspiring to see the arts act as a loud and creative voice for Chinatown, calling for solidarity with Black and Asian American communities against hate and racism. Art plays a central role in our communities to build empathy and counter narratives of hate and also create safe spaces. All of this is critical to the healing of the division we experience today. Now, this year's theme for Harmony and Bliss is Women from Her to Here, and it comes at an unprecedented time. We are gathered to celebrate the amazing women who hold us and our communities together with their strength and their leadership. Tonight, we honor She Rose, get it, he rose, she, who epitomized selfless dedication to their work to benefit our communities. It's even more important now than ever for our communities to recover and heal. So we have an exciting program lined up for you tonight. But first, let's say hello to the CCC board members in attendance.
So glad you could join us this evening. It's special for us, and it's really super to have all of you here. I'm Twina Lee, and right now I'm chair, and this is a part of a wonderful board who's not, so tired of Zoom that they haven't decided to join me here.
Hi, I'm Cynthia Thompson. Welcome, everybody. It's wonderful to have you all here with us. It will be a great night of celebration. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Asim Giri. I've had the distinct pleasure of recently joining this board of distinguished people, and it's an honor to welcome you here tonight.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jessica Shinful. I'm the secretary of the Chinese Culture Center, and I welcome you to our Harmony and Bliss Gala.
Hello, everyone. My name is Wei-Ling Ng, and thank you so much for joining us.
I'm Lorraine Wu McLean, and I welcome you to this wonderful gala. I hope that one day when we have this in person, we'll see all of you and can interface person to person. But this is really terrific that we have you with us this evening.
Cecilia Z from the Chinese Cultural Foundation. Welcome everybody to a wonderful evening of fun and honor.
Hi everyone, I'm Alfred Tom. Welcome to our virtual gala, and I hope you have a great time this evening.
Now I'd like to introduce the person who has led the organization this evening. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to the Gala Committee Chair and Vice Chair of CCC's Board of Directors, Wei-Ling Ng.
Thank you, Dion. Good evening, everyone. I want to welcome you all to the Chinese Culture Center's 55th Harmony and Bliss Gala. First of all, I would like to acknowledge my fellow Gala committee members and the CCC Board of Directors who have poured a lot of heart and soul into the community and the arts. I also want to recognize them for the hard work they put into this event. Thank you to Board Chair Twina Lee, fellow Vice Chair Alfred Tom, Secretary Jessica Chin Fu, Board Member Cynthia Thompson, and former board members Shannon Yip and Ryan Lee. I would also like to acknowledge our board members, Lorraine Wu McLean, Dick Evans, Warren Sito, George Mack, Cecilia C., Jin Ho, Helen Huey, Asim Giri, and Kara Lee. And I'd also like to thank our Executive Director, Jenny Leung, for everything she's done to help with this program. I'd also like to acknowledge our Board Emeritus who are attending tonight, Ben Choi, Irene Yi Riley, and Maggie Mui. Also, a special shout out in the audience to Larry and Jean Lowe for being here tonight. We acknowledge the generosity of the Lowe family to the CCC. Harmony and Bliss Gala's theme of Woman symbolizes CCC's dedication to equity as a local nonprofit organization. Whether it's through artwork or advocacy, CCC is proud to celebrate and uplift the women in our communities in all walks of life. Tonight is about celebrating the women doing important work to benefit the Chinatown community. I would like to give an acknowledgement shout out to all of our sponsors and supporters, and you'll see them listed on our screen. Hope you all have a great night and enjoy the rest of the program. Thank you for being here.
Now, this evening, we do not have a live auction, but we do have an online auction that started 2 weeks ago and will continue for a couple more days. Please be sure to check out the link on your screen for instructions on how to bid and how to view a list of the items up for auction. Now, don't forget to get your bids in before the auction closes on Thursday, October 15th at midnight. You can also support CCC with a generous donation. There are 55 items to celebrate CCC's 55th anniversary, and our goal this evening is to make sure all 55 items are sold. So please help us do this by bidding on some of the wonderful pieces up for auction. Now onto our program for this evening. I'd like to acknowledge that this year we are, of course, virtual to protect the health and safety of our community. A huge thank you goes out to Skylink TV for partnering with CCC to help record and produce tonight's honoree videos. Now we'll be kicking off the main portion of the gala, the award ceremony, presented by Mayor London Breed, President Norman Yee, and Supervisor Peskin. I have the privilege of welcoming the President of San Francisco's Board of Supervisors and last year's Bridge Building honoree. After growing Wu Yi Children's Services to one of the preeminent early education and family-serving organizations in San Francisco, President Yee has taken this and other experiences gained working in the Chinatown community into his role, first as Board of Education member and now as President of the Board of Supervisors. His leadership has created deep impact for children, seniors, and the community in the city with his monumental policies on early education, bilingual instruction, housing for the elderly, and pedestrian safety, all to just name a few. He is truly someone who exemplifies a person who leads by action and results, always keeping his eye on the end goal for the collective good. President Yee is proud to be the first native San Francisco Chinese American and also the firstborn at Chinese Hospital to be elected to the San Francisco Board of Supervisors. Please welcome President Norman Yee.
Good evening. Thank you, Dion. I am pleased to introduce my colleague, Supervisor Aaron Peskin, who has been a fierce advocate for our community. The Chinese Cultural Center has invited me not only to sing his praises, but to actually give him a special surprise. He is a true bridge builder, an expert in land use, and the force behind the Chinatown's master plan that has protected our community's interests. Supervisor Peskin is a true leader for the city and the community. He listens to and collaborates with our other community leaders to get things done. Yes, to get things done. That's his reputation at City Hall. When there was a spike in pedestrians getting hit by moving vehicles in Chinatown, causing death and serious injuries, he swiftly moved to get MTA to address the dangerous intersections along Stockton Street. When the pandemic hit earlier this year, Supervisor Peskin quickly stepped up and made sure the city paid close attention to people living in our single residential units, SROs. He constantly is able to take complex city issues and dissect them to create strong policies to protect our residents and our city. It is a pleasure to serve with Supervisor Peskin over the last 4 years. I would like to invite the chairperson to join me in presenting this special award.
Hello, thank you, President Yee. I'm Tatwina Lee, Chair of the Chinese Culture Center and Foundation, and it is my pleasure this evening to announce the 2020 special tribute for extraordinary leadership to our Chinatown Supervisor, Aaron Peskin. Supervisor Peskin, you have been a true champion for the community, and we deeply appreciate and acknowledge your leadership. Thank you and congratulations. Now, I think you were told that you're going to have to do some unwrapping this evening. You should have a package by you there, and I'd love it if you would just start to unwrap. course, have liked to have presented this to you in person, but these are challenging times, and this is our socially distanced way of giving you this award. So I don't know if you've started to unwrap or if you couldn't resist and started before. But I'd like to explain to our guests that what you received is a work by Christine Wong Yap for a project on art, culture, and belonging in Chinatown and Manila Town. It is a unique work that captures the concept of belonging in Chinatown. And we are deeply proud to have you as Chinatown supervisor. You belong. Now, would you like to say a few words, Supervisor Peskin?
Thank you, Auntie Lee, and to Uncle Norman, my president. I always love a good surprise, so I have not even cracked this, but I did know a surprise was afoot because I was given this and I was told that I could not blow this thing off. But to my friends at CCC, thank you for honoring the arts. Thank you for sticking up for Chinatown. And to the Lowe family, you guys have been incredible. And I really think the best is yet to come. I think Mabel knows and Jenny knows that my heart is deeply embedded with this organization. And I know together we're gonna not only survive the pandemic, but we're gonna come out stronger. Chinatown showed us that in 1906. After 1918, when we had a pandemic that all of us, or at least my generation, forgot about. But the arts and singing and culture is what is going through. And with that, I'm going to take this right here. I'm going to rip it open. Hold on, this is going to be a little complicated, Miss Lee. But it sounded really great. Hold on. That did really well.
Can I talk? No. Yes, you can.
You can see I definitely. Can I just say I am touched and delighted because I do try to listen and I fundamentally believe in community, and bless you all from the bottom of my heart.
Well, we are honored to give this, and I personally know that this is something that I think you will enjoy. And if you want to see more of Christine's work, we opened last week a show, an outdoor show of Christine's work in the 41 Ross Alley Gallery. And so I encourage everyone to take that outdoor experience, and Supervisor Peskin, maybe I'll meet you there, masks on.
I will be there with my mask. I love Ross Alley and help rebuild it. So I'll see you there in the days to come. Thank you.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Supervisor Peskin, for
thank
joining
you.
us live this evening. At this point, I get to do some shout outs. I don't ordinarily get to do this, so I'm happy to get this opportunity. And I will begin by shouting out to Supervisor Peskin for joining us live. This is always kind of tricky, and we're doing okay, I think. Okay, thank you. I'd also like to shout out to a friend and supporter, Assembly Member David Chu. Hi, David. And of course, thank you to President Yi for being here live and presenting our next segment. I want to shout out also to Supervisor Asha Safai and his representatives, Denise Tyson Brady, Asalama Arti Diouf, Declan Chan, Carrie Lee, Shaw San Liu, and Chinese Progressive Association, Ben Chan with the San Francisco Visitor Information Center, John Moscone, Vinay Patel, artist Christine Wong Yap, Summer Lee, Tina Takamoto, Madeline Lim, Chelsea Wong, John Q. Chan, who did the lovely trailer for Share the Square video that you saw earlier, longtime volunteers, Betty Chang and Kitty Cow. Last but not least, I'm going to save for 1 minute. I think I'm going to get to do this fantastic shout out, which I have been looking forward to. I want to shout out to Jenny Leung, who you will hear from later this evening. But right now, I'd like to congratulate her for celebrating this Harmony and Bliss 2020 with us as our new executive director. She has been our executive director since May of this year, but she is no stranger to the Chinese Culture Center. For the past 10 years, she has helped to develop the art programs, the community programs, the communications with the community and this center. And we are where we are today because of her work. I'm very proud to present her to you this evening as our new executive director. And my last shout out goes to someone who was our former executive director, somebody who doesn't need much introduction, but I will. It is our former assessor and recorder of San Francisco and our CCC cheerleader, indeed, Mabel Teng. Congratulations to Supervisor Peskin, and now we will move on with our award ceremony. And at this point, I would like to bring back President Yi.
And Tatwina, to my colleague, Supervisor Peskin. I don't know how, I've known about this for weeks and I had to keep this as a secret from you. And I don't know, and you realize how hard it is to keep any secret from you. And I think we pulled it off somehow. Congratulations, Supervisor Peskin. It's well-deserved for the Chinese Culture Center to recognize all the effort and all the value you put into the work of Chinese Culture Center and how they bring in art to our front doors. And I also want to congratulate Jenny Leung, and she's been at the Chinese Culture Center for years and years and years, building it up alongside Mabel Teng, and now she gets to take the wheels to this particular organization, and I'm expecting it to achieve great things under her wings. So, but today, tonight, I also will be doing a introduction to our mayor, who's going to have a little presentation. And I guess most of us already know about our Honorable Mayor London Bree. And for her to kick off this segment, Mayor Bree has been a steward leader for San Francisco and continues to guide our city through the many challenges that we find ourselves in 2020. Under her leadership, San Francisco was one of the first in the country to institute the shelter-in-place order in early March to protect our city against the COVID-19 outbreak. And the results sort of speaks for itself. Mayor Bree is an advocate for the arts and the underserved communities, and we are proud and grateful for her leadership. As maybe some of you don't know, she actually ran the African American Museum or Cultural Center.
Arts and Cultural Complex.
Yeah, for many years. And so she has a deep-rooted appreciation for the arts. And so we're lucky to have her today to do a presentation. So, and I'm really proud, as she is, of the Chinese Culture Center. And also, I want to mention that more recently, the Chinese Culture Center received another award from the San Francisco Art and Funds Artist Relief. So congratulations to that. So without further ado then, let's welcome and having Mayor London Bree join us.
I want to begin by congratulating the Chinese Cultural Center for 55 years of community building through the arts. I know COVID has not stopped you from finding ways to support one another. From your public art projects in Chinatown to the Art Action Day in Portsmouth Square to support Black Lives Matter, I want to thank you for your creative spirit and inclusiveness during this unprecedented time. As we are addressing the devastating impacts by this global pandemic, we know we cannot do this work alone. Tonight, I am honored to introduce and celebrate some of the strongest women leaders in the community for their long-time commitment and their work during this global pandemic. Cynthia Choi is the recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award in Community Building. As the co-executive director of Chinese for Affirmative Action, Cynthia has been leading the charge in combating xenophobia, hate, and discrimination against our Asian American communities. Through her important work with Chinese for Affirmative Action, I know she will continue to advocate for our Asian American communities and affirmative action. Congratulations, Cynthia.
Thank you so much for this recognition. I am so deeply humbled to be recognized by the Culture Center. Both the Culture Center and CAA, we've worked together to address racism and xenophobia, to bring together our communities during a time that's been very divided in our country. And so to be recognized by the Culture Center is such a great honor. And I'd just like to thank my colleagues at CAA, our board of directors, and especially Vincent Pan, who I share this award with. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Cynthia.
Thank you so much for having me, Maggie.
Yeah, and congratulations for receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award in Community Building.
I am so honored and just so humbled by this recognition from the Culture Center.
What is the most rewarding part of your career?
It's funny, Maggie, I've never thought of the work that I do as a career so much as a calling. And the fact that I've been given this opportunity in so many different places, working on so many important issues for our community. It's always been a privilege to be able to work on issues like immigrant rights, like the rights for women and children, and to be able to do that throughout my life, and to be doing that at CAA has always been viewed as a great privilege and a highlight.
Again, congratulations for receiving such an amazing award. So thank you so much, Cynthia. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Brandy Lowe, and I chair the board at Chinese for Affirmative Action. Cynthia's work has been invaluable to the success of our advocacy. Congratulations, Cynthia, for your award. Best wishes.
Thank you so much for your dedication, your big-hearted love and support, and I want to wish you all the best for your future endeavors. This is a huge recognition, and I want to say I'm so proud of you and much respect. Thank you. I love you.
Cyn has been one of the most insightful, deeply thoughtful, sensitive leaders that I've really ever known. Cyn, you're amazing. And you're one of my sheroes. I'm so thrilled to be able to congratulate you, to say that this is so well-deserved, and thank you, CCC, for recognizing one of my sheroes.
Our next honoree is Gloria Tan. Gloria is the executive director of Gun Moon Women's Residence and the Asian Women's Resource Center. For over 3 decades, Gloria has worked tirelessly to provide shelter, support, and resources to victims of domestic violence, and also our immigrant families, so they can feel safe and have the opportunity to succeed. Congratulations, Gloria.
Thank you so much for this Lifetime Achievement Award that I've received from Chinese Culture Center. It's a Definitely, I'm very humbled to receive this award, and it's a big honor for myself. Especially want to thank my staff, my board of directors, my friends, and my family, who have been there supporting me throughout all these years that I'm in this job. And I look forward to really celebrating this award with them. Thank you.
Welcome, Gloria.
Thank you.
And can you tell me more about your job?
I have been doing this for a long time, over 30 years. So basically, I manage and oversee WOMEN Women's Residence and its community project, also known as the Asian Women's Resource Center. Now, we have 2 other satellite programs in the Richmond and Sunset District in San Francisco, and they are known as the Asian Family Support Project.
What is a satellite center? Can you elaborate on that?
Yes, so the satellite programs were started about 10 years ago. And what we have found is that before the satellite centers were started, families with young children were commuting on the public transportation to come to Chinatown to receive services because there were no programs in Richmond or Sunset where there's a relatively high percentage of Asian immigrant families staying in those neighborhoods. And we thought that, especially in the winter time, we don't want grandparents, to be carrying their toddlers, on public transportation and having to commute over 30 minutes, 45 minutes on a bus. So we instead wanted to bring the programs to them. So we received funding, government funding, to be able to establish 2 satellite programs where we started family support programs in Richmond and Sunset. So in other words, families do not have to commute to Chinatown for programs. They can just go simply walk to the programs and receive very similar services as what we do offer in Chinatown.
Thank you so much, Gloria. And again, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the honor.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to say a few words about the amazing Gloria team. During the over 12 years that I've been on the AWRC board, I have definitely seen Gloria in action. She just radiates kindness, and everyone she meets can feel it. But don't think that Gloria doesn't get excited. Give her a chance to talk about WOMEN, and you see her become a passionate and articulate spokeswoman. There is no question that AWRC owes much of its success to Gloria's leadership. She is getting the recognition that she deserves.
Hi, my name is George Mack, and I am a board member of WOMEN and Chinese Cultural Center. I would like to honor Gloria, who has been a special leader in this Chinese community. She's been an executive director for Asian Women Resource Center for over 30 years, and I'm glad to be representing on behalf of the board of WOMEN, congratulate her on her achievement and receive this award.
Our next honoree is Sarah Wan. Sarah is the executive director of the Community Youth Center, and she has dedicated her entire career to making sure our youth have the resources and guidance to succeed. Her work in cultivating tomorrow's leaders will have a lasting impact on our city. Congratulations, Sarah.
Thank you, CCC, for giving me this award. It would not be possible without all the great teammates and colleagues that I have at CYC, all the board members that have been always providing me the guidance, and of course, all the community partners to make all this collaborative work wonderful and also possible to our youth and our families.
Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you, Maggie, having me.
Yeah, and congratulations for receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award in Community Building from Chinese Cultural Center.
Thank you. It's great, my great honor to be receive this award.
Now, first of all, I want to ask you your connection with the CCC.
I think for Community Youth Center, which I've been working for over 23 years now, we work with young people from 5 years old all the way to 25 years old. And we always do a lot of youth development activities. And even though we don't have like formal partnership with Chinese Cultural Foundation, we have been doing projects together. We take our youth leaders to do Chinatown tours with the staff from CCC. We always help to spread the words out to our youth and families of all kinds of activities that CCC does. So we have been a great partner. Also, we also both members of API Council as well.
Now, why is it so important for you with the arts and culture in Chinatown with the youth?
I think Chinatown is a very special place for a lot of immigrant youth or American-born, especially Asian or Chinese youth. This is a place where they feel like this is where their roots coming from. Chinatown is also a place where they can find different expression, including like through art and culture.
What is the most rewarding part of your career up to now?
I think what motivates me to go to work still every day is the young people. Every time when I talk to young people, I learn something new from them. They always inspire me with their ideas, with the dreams, with all kinds of like creative thinking that they have. They always like really inspire me to do some new programmings, to look for the pop culture, all the fun things that young people have. And that never really stopped me from how intrigued I am every day when I'm talking with them. And I think when I see some young people, how they really transform from like a young person to like a very successful adulthood in whichever sectors they're at, that's really rewarding part to me.
Now, how do you feel about receiving this Lifetime Achievement Awards?
To be honest, I was quite shocked because I feel like there's still a lot more I need to do. And there's many other really dedicated community members that deserve this award. But that's why I feel very privileged and honored to receive this award. I hope this will really mobilize my teammates at CYC, that the work that we've done together is just not my personal credit, my personal award. This is really for all of them.
Wow. Well, thank you very much, Sarah. Again, congratulations for receiving this award from Chinese Cultural Center.
Thank you. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, CCC.
My name is Jane Mack, and I'm the board chair of CYC, Community Youth Center. On behalf of CYC, we want to congratulate Sarah Wan, our executive director, for this honor. No one is more deserving. Sarah has been a tireless advocate for Chinatown and the community, and we're so proud of you, Sarah. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all the women for the Lifetime Achievement in Community Building Award.
Supervisor Feuer previously served on the school board as an education organizer at Coleman Associates and has dedicated her work to protecting San Francisco residents, renters, and is a strong voice for the Asian Pacific Islander and all underserved communities. As budget chair, Supervisor Feuer was a strong negotiator for the people of San Francisco, ensuring budget transparency and serving the people's needs. She has been recognized widely by community groups across the city, and we are proud to welcome her this evening. Please welcome Supervisor Feuer.
Thank you, Tatwina. Good evening, everyone. Reaching across the aisle is an absolute necessity, though difficult feat, especially in this current moment of division and fear. Creating spaces for community dialogue between different groups and identities is something that CCC has always strived to do through its art and programming. I have deep admiration for CCC's dedication in facilitating spaces to allow for understanding and healing. Bridge building has always been a part of CCC's work, and they can recognize the same spirit in others doing this kind of necessary work. I am honored to present the Lifetime Achievement Award in Bridge Building. Dion Lim is an Emmy award-winning TV news anchor and reporter at ABC 7 News in San Francisco. She has authored the book, Make Your Moment, a savvy woman's communication playbook to getting the success you want, based on her experiences as the first Asian American woman to be at the helm of a weekday newscast in 3 major markets. Dion's work this year in covering racism and anti-Asian hate crimes has brought to light the need for amplifying stories and representation to increase awareness and understanding, especially in the age of COVID-19. Congratulations to Dion. Let's hear a message from her and her supporters.
Wow, I don't even know where to begin. I am so moved and so honored for this award. Never in a million years did I think that I would ever be the recipient of it. So from the bottom of my heart, I have to thank each and every person at the Chinese Culture Center, and also to the community at large for welcoming me into your lives each and every evening in that 16:9 square that is a TV, but then going beyond that and welcoming me into your communities out in public here in Chinatown and in the Bay Area. So with that, I accept this award with the deepest honors. I thank you all for your support, and congratulations, CCC.
Hi, Dion.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so honored.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Now, what is arts and culture to you?
You know, I grew up in very non-diverse parts of the country, places like Michigan and Ohio and Connecticut, and there weren't a lot of Asian Americans where I lived. So I was always missing a little part of my own self, of who I was, and the culture and the arts, and all of it goes hand in hand. And I felt like there was such a learning curve to understanding my people, right? And where my ancestors came from, and my history, and who I am. And culturally, through the arts, that's something that I think everyone can understand, everyone can appreciate.
What's your childhood like? And who's maybe a woman figures that is your role model, and how does she impact you in your life?
That's a great question. I have to say Connie Chung.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I'll say this because growing up, there were not a lot of Asian American women who were on TV. So there was nobody for me to look up to. But just seeing her was enough to make me think, as a child who was always told you need to be a doctor, you need to be a scientist, you need to be an attorney. And I was a very mediocre student in school. So I thought, oh gosh, what am I going to do with my life? But I saw Connie Chung because my parents wanted me to learn English without an accent. So they said, watch the news. And I instantly gravitated toward Connie because I thought, if this is an Asian person who can excel and be on a national stage, maybe one day I can do the same.
Well, thank you so much, Dion, for coming in today, and congratulations again for receiving such an amazing award, okay?
I'm just so thrilled. Thank you. It is such an honor.
Keep on going.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dan Ashley from ABC 7 News, and I want to take a moment to congratulate my dear friend and colleague here at ABC 7, Dion Lim, for being honored and recognized by the Chinese Culture Center. A well-deserved honor for all she does in this community to lift people up of all backgrounds. But she has been particularly supportive of the Asian American community, focusing on hate crimes in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic, and it has made such a difference. She does it without pointing fingers, but uplifts us all. And for that, we say thank you and congratulations, Dion.
To congratulate Dion Lim for her amazing reporting and stance for Chinese Americans, Asian Americans, for speaking about her story and sharing so vulnerably of her experiences. Thank you so much, Dion, for your commitment to community and speaking truth to power. You are an amazing role model. Thank you so much, and I love you. Congratulations on being recognized by CCC and for all your hard work. I congratulate you.
Congratulations to Dion and all the women leaders. Thank you for your service to the community.
On behalf of the City and County of San Francisco, congratulations again to all the amazing women leaders. I am grateful for your partnership in fighting for equality and supporting our most vulnerable communities and future generations. I know our work does not stop tonight, and I look forward to working with all of you on making our city a better place. Finally, I want to congratulate the Chinese Cultural Center again on your 55 years of amazing work. Stay safe and healthy, and together we will get through this.
Thank you so much, Mayor Breed and Supervisor Fewer. Now, don't forget that you can continue to donate online as long as you are watching this program, and to bid on these wonderful auction items, just head to cccSF.givesmart.com. Now I'd like to introduce Supervisor Gordon Marr from District 4 to introduce the next program segment, because prior to his election, Supervisor Marr served as the Executive Director of the Chinese Progressive Association and Jobs with Justice San Francisco, a coalition of 30-plus labor, community, and faith-based organizations. There, he led successful efforts to improve the living and working conditions of families, seniors, students, and immigrants, and also to expand access to good jobs, public education, affordable housing, and health care. As supervisor, his priority is to continue to expand opportunities across the Sunset and of all of San Francisco to ensure that it's a place where all residents can live, work, learn, and thrive, and also have a voice in the decisions that impact their lives. Please welcome Supervisor Marr.
Thank you, Dion. Congratulations to CCC on 55 years. The Chinese Culture Center is an important anchor institution in Chinatown and really acts as a pillar for the community, especially in times of hardship. CCC's work to create and engage a vibrant community through arts, culture, and dialogue is invaluable. This has been an especially challenging year for our community nonprofits during COVID-19, but they have risen to the challenge to serve our communities, elevate their voices, and provide hope.
Tonight, I'm honored to celebrate the 55th anniversary of the Chinese Cultural Center. Thank you for all your great work in response to COVID-19. CCC, in collaboration with 100 Days of Action, focused on public artwork, honoring essential and frontline workers by showcasing art on empty storefronts. Several Chinese American artists presented a series of thoughtful and beautiful artwork across Chinatown. Congratulations to CCC and to all 4 women honorees, Cynthia Choi, Gloria Tan, Sarah Won, and Dion Lim. You have made a difference in the community through your work and your commitment to serving populations and people of color. Have a great night and enjoy the rest of the program.
I am pleased to introduce Jenny Liang, Executive Director of CCC, to say a few words.
Thank you, Supervisor Marr and City Administrator Kelly. Good evening, everyone. Again, I want to congratulate Cynthia, Sarah, Gloria, and Dion for their tireless work and dedication. It is your leadership and model for the next generation that we all strive for, to build stronger communities and a more just and inclusive society. I'm proud to call you my colleagues and partners in our work together. You are our heroes. Tonight we have artists and arts organizations joining us tonight, and I want to give a shout out to the Tongson family, last year's Visionary Artist Award Wesley Tongson, Francis Wong, John Jang, Felicia Lowe, Justin Hoover. A shout out to Jay Shu, Rob Mintz, and Abby Chen at the Asian Art Museum, Jane Debevois, Dick Chen, and Mary Ann Milford. Madeline Lim, Vivian Fung, Boon Hui, Alex Mong, Grace Yu, Josephine Y, Geraldine O'Brien, and Alex Zeno. 2020 has been an incredibly challenging year for the community and for the city. COVID-19 has exacerbated racial and economic inequality while we continue to witness anti-Asian hate. There is a need for solidarity amongst all of our underserved communities, for our Black and Asian communities to come together to fight for justice and against hate. Art will play a central role in our community's future to build empathy, counter hate, and creative safe spaces for all of us. That is why tonight I am proud to unveil and announce 2021's vision, We the Future. A loud and creative voice to uplift economic recovery and racial solidarity. We the Future will be the guiding direction for our work, and it is intentional to build solidarity across communities, engage the next generation, and build support for the community's recovery through the arts, in collaboration with our community partners. We are so incredibly proud of Chinatown's leadership and collaboration. We have overcome obstacles as a community, and we as a community has been truly resilient this year. And it is because of these leaders here tonight that we will continue to activate the resilience and imagination of our art and social sectors to bridge America's economic and racial divides. For the Chinese Culture Center, art is about creating vibrant, healthy communities. That means engaging with community and being able to empower community voices through contemporary art.
I would describe CCC as the place to go to for the local community as well as the surrounding communities.
The Chinese Culture Center is a very unique organization. It's foremost a leader in cutting-edge contemporary art, but it also adds community building and social justice.
When I go to the gallery presentations back here, I see a different Chinatown. I see a Chinatown that's really honest and open and very touching. You see a focus on things that you may not notice before.
I have come to know the artists that we have presented to understand their humanity, to understand how they look at the world.
Over the past 55 years, CCC has also evolved with the needs of the community, Museum Without Walls, and that is really creative in that it brings the museum feel out to the community.
My vision for the curatorial programming at CCC is to continue to work at the intersection of a local community and an international identity. What it means to take care of Chinatown as a small neighborhood, but also what Chinatown means to Chinese people around the world.
And I think that's important because our stories and realities are not being reflected well. Mainstream has never done a good job telling Chinese American stories, the fullness of our humanity. And CCC is the place where the community's stories are archived and told.
Since the pandemic, we're seeing an increasing rate of anti-Asian hate incidents, and also with the stigmatization of Chinatowns. We really need to feel a connection to this place that many of us call home. So for me, it's really about supporting artists who are working in these junctures to really continue to elevate their voices.
The story of Chinatown is really the story of resilience and survival.
To me, the most important part about the culture is that it creates a venue for connection. Connection creates a venue for organizing. Organizing is what creates power and voice for the communities.
Well, I've personally been incredibly impressed by the exhibitions and programs and really the vision and the path that the CCC has been on for a number of years now. This next generation of leadership in the arts and cultural organizations, an unprecedented level of collaboration and the willingness to kind of work together to find a new vision forward.
I thank you for joining us tonight and ask you to join us together in this vision. I am proud to introduce this young and vibrant team that is the creative and artistic power to make this happen. Hoi Leung, CCC's curator, Yuanyuan Zhu, Wei-Ying Yu, Jia Ganitsky, Janet Chan, Wendy Liu. They are the heart of this organization. In our upcoming programs, we continue to put the forefront of our communities and champion the brilliance of women and LGBTQ artists. Take it away, Hoi.
Hello, my name is Hoi, and I'm the curator at CCC. I'm here to introduce our upcoming programs. We will continue to champion and put to the forefront voices of marginalized communities. I am so thrilled to announce that the comic book and installation Alive and Present, Stories of Cultural Belonging in Chinatown and Manila Town by Christine Wong Yap are now on view at 41 Ross. Women, From Her to Here is a multidisciplinary exhibition that will center on Asian Pacific Islanders' queer community, movement, and identity.
Hi, my name is Sofia Cordova, and I am an artist working with the Chinese Culture Center on the production of a new body of work titled Dawn Chorus 3. I'm particularly interested in how the crises of climate are first experienced by those who are not to blame, not only for high emissions, but for the market-driven practices that have so exacerbated living conditions worldwide. I wanted to tell the stories that often go untold, and sadly, for all of history, women's stories fall in this category. I'm excited to be working with the Chinese Culture Center because I think that the work that they do is invaluable. I think that their position within their community is really important. They have been found fundamental to creating the foundations of this project.
I hope everyone had a fantastic evening tonight. I know we did. Thank you for being together with us to build strong communities. Congratulations again to all of our honorees, but most of all, thank you to everyone for joining us virtually from wherever you are. We hope you had a great time learning about the amazing work of the CCC and our endeavor to amplify the untold stories of the community through contemporary art, music, and education. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, everyone who donated Isalama. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We are here live here at CCC. Thank you so much for your support.
More of the team is coming. We're here.
Here. Tick, 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 tick.
Alfred, come on in.
Okay, here we are.
Here we are.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your support.
Stay safe out there.
Everybody stay safe. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. I am very appreciative of everyone and their support tonight. Don't worry, you can still bid and donate through Thursday, October 15th at midnight. Hopefully you'll also bid on my book and studio tour. And once again, let's acknowledge all the wonderful supporters and sponsors this evening one more time for their support. Thank you to Wei Ling and the CCC for all of your tireless work. And thank you to everyone for coming out for your support of the community. Have a great night.